Before Audemars Piguet became a symbol of bold luxury, before the royal oak shocked the watch world, before collectors whispered the letters AP with admiration, there was a valley. A cold, isolated valley in the Swiss Jura Mountains, where winters were long, roads were difficult, and time was not just measured, it was built by hand. Audemars Piguet's roots go back to Le Brassis in the Valley du Joux, where Jules Louis Audemars and Edward Auguste Piguet began their partnership in the 1870s, with the company formally taking the name Audemars Piguet and C in 1881. And from the beginning, AP had one philosophy: master tradition so completely that one day you can dare to change it. The Valley du Joux was not an obvious place to build a global watchmaking legend. It was remote, harsh, cut off by snow for parts of the year, but that isolation produced something extraordinary. During the long winters, local families turned to precision craftsmanship. They made components, movements, and complications. The tiny mechanical miracles that separate ordinary watchmaking from haute horology. This is the world Audemars and Piguet came from. Not a world of factories and mass production, but workshops, patience, skill, and trust. Jules Louis Audemars was the technical mind, fascinated by complicated movements. Edward Auguste Piguet was known for regulation, organization, and business sense. Together, they created a partnership where craft and strategy worked side by side, and that balance would define Audemars Piguet for generations. From its earliest years, AP did not try to be the biggest, it tried to be among the best. The brand built its reputation on complicated watchmaking, watches that did far more than simply tell the time. Perpetual calendars, chronographs, minute repeaters, highly finished movements, pieces that required not just engineering, but judgment, patience, and musical sensitivity. By the late 19th century, AP was already associated with serious horological complexity. The company has long emphasized grande complication watchmaking. Since 1882, it has kept grande complication work at the spearhead of its production. That matters because complications are not just features. They are proof that a watchmaker understands time in layers: seconds, minutes, months, leap years, sound, rhythm, memory. For Audemars Piguet, complications were not decoration. They were identity. One of the things that makes this outstanding company stand out is independence. In a world where many great watch brands became part of massive luxury groups, AP remained family-owned, connected to the founding families, and rooted in Le Brassis. That independence gave the brand freedom. Freedom to make strange decisions, freedom to take risks, freedom to say, this may not look like what the market expects, but we believe in it. And that spirit would become critical in the 1970s. When Swiss watchmaking faced one of the greatest threats in its history, quartz technology was coming. Traditional mechanical watchmaking was under pressure. Many brands were unsure how to respond. They responded by doing something almost unthinkable. It made a luxury watch out of steel. In 1972, Audemars Piguet introduced the Royal Oak at the Swiss Watch Show in Basel. It was designed by Gerald Genta and became one of the most important watches of the modern era. At the time, luxury watches were usually small, elegant, and made of precious metal. The Royal Oak arrived like a provocation. It was large for its era, made of stainless steel. It had an integrated bracelet, visible screws, and it had an octagonal bezel inspired by maritime hardware. Enough, and it cost more than many gold watches. People did not immediately know what to do with it. Let's do a little quiz. Was it sporty? Was it elegant? Was it industrial? Was it luxury? The answer was yes to everything. The Royal Oak created a new category, the luxury sports watch. Its design language included octagonal bezel, exposed screws, integrated bracelet, and tapisserie dial, which became one of the most recognizable silhouettes in watchmaking. This was Audemars Piguet breaking the rules. But remember the slogan, to break the rules, you must first master them. The Royal Oak only worked because behind the bold design was serious finishing, serious watchmaking, and serious confidence. What makes it so powerful is that it is not just a watch. It is a design language. Look at the bracelet. It does not feel added on. It flows from the case like architecture. Look at the finishing. Brushed surfaces meet polished bevels so sharply that the watch changes personality with every angle of light. Look at the dial. The tapisserie pattern gives depth, texture, and identity. A simple round watch can disappear into tradition. The royal oak does the opposite. It announces itself. And yet, the closer you look, the more you realize it is not loud for the sake of being loud. It is disciplined. Every screw, every bevel, every link, every surface has a purpose. It became the face of a P and one of the most influential watches ever made. But then came another shock. If you're enjoying this video, please take a deep breath and consider watching other fascinating videos from the History of Watchmaking series. This video is number 29, and the list keeps growing every week. Enjoy. Let's continue our story. In 1993, AP launched the Royal Oak Offshore, a bigger, bolder, more muscular interpretation of the Royal Oak. If the original Royal Oak was a revolution in steel luxury, the Offshore was a P turning up the volume. It was not delicate. It was not shy. It was not trying to please everyone. It was not shy. Collectors nicknamed it the Beast. And once again, AP showed that it was willing to disturb its own tradition. That is rare. Many brands protect their icons by freezing them in time. AP allowed its icon to evolve, sometimes beautifully, sometimes controversially, but always with energy. But the brand is much more than the Royal Oak. It has continued to push complications, ultra-thin watchmaking, open working, chiming watches, perpetual calendars, chronographs, and experimental materials. AP released its first Grande Complication wristwatch in 1996, followed by a Royal Oak Grande Complication in 1997. A Grande Complication traditionally combines a minute repeater, split seconds chronograph, and perpetual calendar. That is not casual watchmaking, it's the summit. And then there is open working, what many people call skeletonization. AP has long been associated with revealing the movement not as a gimmick, but as architecture. Bridges become sculpture. Wheels become rhythm. Empty space becomes design. Even Code 11.59, launched much later, showed AP trying to build a new modern language outside the shadow of the Royal Oak, with complex case construction, curved crystals, and a different visual identity. Not every AP experiment is universally loved. But that is the point. This stalwart of Swiss watchmaking is not interesting because it plays safe. It is interesting because it risks being misunderstood. So, what makes AP stand out? First, independence. It still carries the spirit of its founders and its home in La Brassus. Second, finishing. AP understands that luxury is not just about materials. It is about surfaces, edges, light, and the human hand. Third, courage. The Royal Oak was not obvious. The Offshore was not obvious. Many AP designs were not obvious. And fourth, tension. That may be the most important part. AP lives in tension between tradition and rebellion. It can make a delicate minute repeater and a steel sports watch that looks like it was bolted together in a shipyard. It can honor 19th century complications and still produce watches that feel urban, architectural, and modern. That tension is why AP matters. It is not just preserving watchmaking, we can say it is arguing with it. And sometimes, that is how traditions stay alive. AP is not only a brand of expensive watches, it is a story about two young watchmakers in a remote Swiss valley. A story about mastering complexity. A story about surviving change. A story about knowing the rules so well that, when the moment came, AP could break them with confidence. The Royal Oak may be the icon, but the deeper story is craftsmanship, independence, and courage. Because great watchmaking is not just about telling time, it is about leaving a mark on it. If you enjoyed this story about Audemars Piguet, follow and subscribe to Horology Guide, a real channel about watchmaking for real people. No empty hype, no gatekeeping, just incredible stories, beautiful mechanics, and the people behind the watches. See you in the next one.